About 2 hours north of DFW sits a quiet place called Archer City. It's best known as the town famed Texas writer Larry McMurtry grew up in. He once described it as a bookless town. In the 80s, he opened up an enormous rare bookshop downtown that spanned 4 buildings. It shuttered after he died, but has since been bought and reopened by a nonprofit trying to preserve his legacy and his very unique collection. It was here at Booked Up, the home base of the Larry McMurtry Literary Center, where I met George Getzchow.
Hey.
Hello. George.
Good to see you. Ken.
How are you?
I'm George.
So here we are. This is it.
Larry's Temple of Books.
He's McMurtry's old pal and his mentee, and he's now dedicating his retirement years to keeping Larry's memory alive.
We have books here from every walk of life: scientists, astronomy, naturalists, bird collectors.
With the help of volunteers, he's starting with preserving and documenting the treasure trove of books that the author left behind for him.
Here we have biography, literary criticism. Most of these books are out of print. Most of them are rare first editions.
All 300,000 of them. McMurtry was a prolific writer. He penned dozens of novels, including Lonesome Dove and The Last Picture Show, which is a bleak novel about small-town life that he based on his childhood. It was turned into a movie that was filmed right here in Archer City. He also wrote nonfiction and dozens of screenplays. Besides writing, his other passion was collecting books of all kinds.
We do not want to sell these books. We want to turn this into a literary center. We're going to run it as a bookshop for about 3-4 years because we have more books than we can have shelf space for.
So now, every week, Getzchow's volunteers travel from all across the state. They gather to dust, to catalog, and to work toward a common goal. In a time when younger generations might believe that books are relics of the past, you are trying to preserve them and sort of change that perception.
Right.
Is that hard?
I don't know, because what we're finding, I've been surprised by this. We had students from the local college, MSU, came by to help us, to volunteer. They didn't want to leave. They got in here and they started shelving books, cleaning books, doing all the stuff our volunteers do. And then they started reading the books and they go, oh my God, this is so different than the digital books that we encounter. To touch a book, to smell a book, to feel a book.
He says there are some pretty big surprises among these rare collections.
We're constantly coming across books that we didn't know were as rare and priceless as they are, and they're in the bottom of a box. They're sitting on a shelf. They're covered in the back storage room.
So these are the rare books. So how rare are we talking in here?
Can she talk to?
Really rare, yeah, sure. Pull that one down. So you have a first edition Godfather.
It is a signed first edition of The Godfather.
Signed by Mario Puzo.
Yes.
So this is Lonesome Dove here in Czechoslovakian. And I see here The Last Picture Show. We know this one. Last Picture Show in Japanese. How about that? I've got to ask you, what's it like to work here and come across all these little treasures?
It is not something I ever thought would happen in my life. We're the stewards of this now.
Yeah.
We're the stewards of one of the most iconic book collections in the country.
To me, it's a house of wonders. I visited Booked Up several times over the years. To me, it was always sort of a pilgrimage site, is the way I always felt about it. It's a temple of books, and it's a good place to come serve.
In different ways, this place is personal for everyone who spends time here.
I grew up with Larry's books scattered around the house. I asked Larry to sign this for me, and I gave it to my father as a gift after I came back from here.
There's a signature.
And after my father passed a couple of years ago, I held on to it, but after seeing what everybody's doing here and the importance of this place, I thought it needed to come home.
There's still a lot to do, though, but Getzchow says they've made progress from the disrepair that this space was in just less than a year ago.
What do you think Larry would say if he saw it in the state that it is now? What do you think he'd say to you?
I think he'd be pleased because he loved books so much.
He'd be happy.
I think so. I can't speak for Larry, but I believe that the fact that we are laboring over making sure that his book collection will live on and on and on. I think that would mean a lot to Larry.
You're sharing this love, this passion, and really all this work. And I think that speaks deeply to the kind of influence that he had.
It's profound, everlasting.
That's what drives this team of book lovers and writers to dedicate long hours to preserving McMurtry's legacy, an energy also felt by nearby restaurant Mern's Cafe. Mern's is the only eatery in town, and they've had to hire extra help just to keep up with the new hordes of people that are making the pilgrimage to town.
So, I mean, you all recently have had sort of a resurgence in popularity and interest from out-of-towners. Tell me about that. What does that do to, and what's it been like around here to get that kind
It's
of
been
attention?
busy. It's been very busy. To-go order. They bring in people from all over the world. We love it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that love it.
Yeah.
McMurtry's fans are now contributing to the economy of a town that first gained widespread notoriety through the Last Picture Show.
But the meaning of the Last Picture Show in the Royal Theater is embedded in Archer City because it portrayed the town in a way that was pretty stark, pretty harsh, small town life. You know, the customs, the mores, the traditions, the weirdness, the how people feel trapped in small towns. They feel that there's no future for them.
Despite how McMurtry portrayed the town, it's one he kept returning to and giving back to.
This place, this landscape, Archer City, in every ways gave rise to the greatest writer of the American West that ever was and ever will be.
In Archer City, Ken Molestina, CBS News, Texas.